Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wake Up Report. First off, Happy New Year to everybody within listening range. I hope your 2017 was a good year for you. We all survived the first year of Donald Trump, so that's a good year for everybody. But I hope your 2018, whatever plans you have for 2018, whatever plans you're going to make, whatever goals you set for yourself, I hope that works out for you. I hope nothing works out for those two jackasses that you're looking at right there. About a week or so ago, the news reported a grisly, absolute savage quadruple murder in Troy, New York.
Anya, after being in this business for almost 42 years, I can't describe the savagery of a person like this.
A quadruple homicide in the New York city of Troy. 2 adult women and 2 children dead in a basement apartment, their throats reportedly cut.
I can simply say in my career, and I think of anyone else, it's the worst we've experienced.
The bodies were found on Tuesday by the property manager who'd received a call to check on the welfare of the people inside the apartment.
There were certain factors that we uncovered during the investigation that leads us to believe this is not a random act.
Police say the 11-year-old boy, 5-year-old girl, and the 22-year-old and 36-year-old women all appear to have lived in the house. They say the adult women were in a relationship with the children belonging to one of them.
Anything you guys want to say?
I'm not worried about that. I agree to it.
Anything you guys want to say right now?
We want to send the victim's family.
Two women, 2 children, all of them tied up with their throats slashed. A couple of days later, the police rounded up those 2 assholes. So I hope for the rest of your life that you're going to spend behind bars, because once again, state of New York does not have a death penalty. So they are going to spend the rest of their lives behind bars, while you New Yorkers and the victims of the people that you're looking at right there will have to pay taxes to keep those 2 assholes alive for pretty much the rest of their lives. They're going back home. More or less, they're not going to have a problem living in jail and existing in jail for the rest of their lives with their flat screen TVs and all the other accoutrements that they're going to get, because we have to treat absolute savage killers like this with the same dignity and respect that we treat the average person. Just an absolute horrific murder. And as you can see, a lot of the headlines, woman along with her lesbian lover, and I don't understand, what does being a lesbian have to do with these 2 going in there and murdering a house full of people, and let alone kids, man. And you guys know how I feel about kids, and I think that it's just some things that you do, it just demonstrates that you have no soul. You are below an animal. And when you can commit something as horrific as this, for you to be able to sit up in jail for the rest of your life, it's just not fair as far as I'm concerned, you know. So I hope you 2 become somebody's prison bitches. I hope they inflict the same amount of pain and hurt damage on you that you did on those people, especially those kids, Again, the Black Lives Matter lie, the Black Lives Matter myth that has been perpetrated on black people since about 2015. You know, it has done you absolutely no good. It's done nothing for you except cloud your vision when it comes to who is the real threat in the black community. You know, is it the white cops who are leading that savage murderer out and on his way to jail, or is it your black men that are doing this to your communities, that are doing this to their women, lesbian or not, committing those savage acts to their children? So when you weigh it all out, be honest with yourself when you want to talk about racism and what cops are doing or any other thing that's relative to what you think is holding black people back in this society. Nobody's holding us back. We're holding ourselves back. So as we roll into 2018, ask yourself, how much of this crap are we going to put up with? We're going to continue to put up with. When are we going to get a hold of our communities? When are we going to get a hold of ourselves, more or less? When are black men, you black men out there, when are you going to start standing up against men like this, so you don't be included, so you're not painted with that broad brush about black behavior and black men being just savage brutes that can do no better than murdering and killing and destroying their own communities from within. We don't have to worry about outside forces doing it. We're doing it ourselves. So are we going to go through 2018, 2019, 2029, 2039? Are we going to become officially the savage race that so many people want us to be and have accused us of being since they've come into contact with us? All we are doing is we are validating and qualifying the very stereotypes that have been put on us since people have come into contact with us. We are becoming the very savages that we say white people have been, that we have accused white people of doing, that we have said that white people are just brutes and savages and murderers and killers, and they just slaughtered Africans, they just slaughtered and raped black women and just all kinds, put dogs on them in the 50s and 60s and lynched them and burned them up. You can't claim that anymore, black America. Your black people are just as guilty, if not worse. I think it's worse when you commit these kind of acts against your own people as opposed to other people doing it. You got nothing. You're running out of excuses as who to blame for your oppression. You are more than willing to oppress and kill yourselves. You are more than willing to murder your own children. I don't know what was going on with the women. It could have been a lover's quarrel or something like that, though. One of the women says she's a lesbian. She didn't feel like being in a relationship with one of those men. She was doing her thing. He comes back and he kills her. I can somewhat understand a lover's quarrel. I'm not condoning the murder, but I can understand that because she knew, or one of those women knew that man, the one that looks like a Frankenstein with an afro or something. She knew him, probably let him in, was totally unaware, and he brought his accomplice there, criminal CeeLo, with him to the house, and they murdered everybody in that house. So again, you're gonna have to really press me on who to blame when it comes to black people and what they're going through in this country. It makes no sense for us to have gone through everything we've gone through in this country, and all we do is turn all that violence and hatred and brutality on ourselves. And I'm always going, pin it on leadership as well, because all these black intellectuals, all these so-called black leaders, everybody that stands up and has something to say about the plight of black America, they do everything except blame black people. They blame everybody except us. They point the finger at everybody except us because they know if they do that, it's going to interrupt their money. They won't be able to sell as many records. They won't be able to push as many books. Everybody's going to look at them like they're coons and sellouts and all that other mess. Nobody has the guts to really stand up. I can say it, all day long. But I'm not prominent enough to where if I say something, boom, it goes out across the country. I wish I were. Because all the stuff I talk, it's gonna get some people's attention. But for the ones who are in a position to say something, they don't say it. They don't confront it head on. They will never deal with it head on. And as a result, black people, you out there, you suffer. Your neighborhood suffer. Your children suffer. You suffer. Stop letting black people appoint themselves as spokespersons and leaders for the black community. It's up to you to select who you want to speak for you, or stand up and speak for yourself, because these guys out here, they ain't cutting it, So once again, happy 2018 to everybody. I hope these two have a very unhappy 2018, and I hope it continues for the rest of their natural lives. They should be put under the jail. You are being suckered, black America. Your black politicians, your so-called black leaders, your Black Lives Matter crap, or whatever it is, they are suckering you. Make 2018 a year that you at least try to open up your minds and look at things as they really are, as opposed to what people are trying to make you believe that they are. Learn to read the Matrix. And if you read the Matrix and you really understand it, you're going to really be surprised at who the real true coons are and sellouts are in the black community. This is KTM and the Wake Up Report saying, think a little bit. It will do wonders for you.